Hi there, I'm Vanna and welcome to Dragon Age Origins, episode 5. Okay, so, we are continuing in Ostagar. Yeah, let's speak to the Tranquil. And I do have the Tranquil brand mod. Yep, there it is on his forehead. That looks fantastic. Okay.
Welcome, young woman.
Hello, who are you?
Do you not recognize my brand, good mage? I am one of the Tranquil. I create and oversee the enchantment of weapons and armor for the King's forces here at Ostagar. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
True. I have heard you Shemlin hate your mages. So what is enchantment? How do you do it?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff, or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
Right, of course. And are there other enchantments like that you can do?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
Right. Well, I need to go.
Goodbye.
Yeah, everybody should be a little bit creeped out by the Tranquil. Let's try... I know we can't actually get into the chest, but I want to see if he'll say anything.
That course of action is inadvisable.
Yeah, okay. That would be very inadvisable of me, yes. Okay, let's speak. To Win. And we have her in the Equitarian robes. It's an awesome mod, and I'm pretty sure that that's Bean's head morph for Win.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Win, one of the mages summoned by the king.
Summoned by the king, huh? That would explain why there's so many human mages around when I always heard you were kept locked up.
The Circle sent many. Mages have always helped in past blights. To defeat the darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
That's very true. This creature's are horrifying up close. I assume you've faced one?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between darkspawn and the Fade?
The Fade? You mean the Beyond? I don't know of any connection.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
Are you trying to say that darkspawn are dream spirits? Because I've fought them and they are very, very real.
Sadly, no. They are kin to neither the gentle Fade spirits nor the malevolent demons. Shamefully, they were once the souls of men. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the earth, where they became the first darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
Right. Your Chant of Light says many things.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Wow. You managed to take the topic of darkspawn and turn it into a sermon on the Chant of Light. Do you have any actual advice, or are you just going to preach to me?
Advice? Never. You young ones know all there is to know about the world anyway. Why would you need advice from an elder? But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Okay. Feels a bit bad to be mean to win, but I couldn't not take that option, really. And Dalish. I don't want to hear about the chant of light. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, that is the completed quest. Okay. Magic and religion. We now know of the Fade. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavour. Human slaves. Interesting. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloguing a few hundred types of spirits, before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through the use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can. And as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals, and build their realm with no other ambition than to taste life. From Tranquility and the Role of the Fade in Human Culture by First Enchanter Josephus. Welcome to the Codex, Josephus. Okay. Sweet. And characters. Wynne. Okay. Wynne's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognised as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be First Enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the tower of King Kaelin's call to arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostagar. Of course she did. She can't stay away from battle. Okay. The Templars actually do speak to you, don't they?
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
Yeah.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
In the Fade? Right now? Why? What are they doing?
Perhaps they're scouting for darkspawn. I don't know, and don't ask. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed. Not even by Grey Wardens.
Never mind then. Okay. Well, that's interesting. He doesn't know and he doesn't ask. Not typical Templar behaviour, is it? Or is it?
My sisters and gentle
Maybe
folk,
that was a good Templar.
We stand here on the eve of battle. Let us consider the evil before us. In their pride, the mages of the ancient Tevinter Imperium sought to open a portal into the heavenly Golden City itself. They tainted it with their sin, and they were cast back into our world as darkspawn. They are man's sins made flesh, an evil that spreads like an illness across our land. To face them, we must first face the evil within ourselves. Let us bow our heads and beg the Maker's forgiveness. Let us not be proud, so we may take courage against the darkness.
Okay. I must have missed some other sermons that I purposefully walked past them, actually. It's not very interesting listening to her.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed. Are you the new warden? I could use some help.
You want help from me? I don't know anything about your war dogs.
It's not what you know so much as what you are, really. This is a Mabari, smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the poor hound swallowed darkspawn blood. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Why do you think I could muzzle him when you couldn't?
You're a Grey Warden, or soon will be.
All wardens are immune to the darkspawn taint. The most you have to worry about is some tooth marks.
Right. And just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult. But without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Alright, might as well.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
Yeah, that would be awful. The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes, as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. It's okay, boy. I know. You must feel how I feel right now. I'm infected too. But don't worry. We'll both be getting a cure soon. Easy. Easy. Come on.
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
Well, Daveth mentioned the possibility, so maybe. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
You must have been here for a long while. Why didn't you get it before now?
The wilds are off limits to non-soldiers, and I have many other hounds under my care.
Will it be alright without it?
If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
Okay. Where would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
I'm not promising anything, but if I see one, I'll get it.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Okay, the Mabari Hound. So when you play the human origin, it seems the elves that work in the kitchens and, well, elves in general, are kind of scared of Mabari Hounds. But my Dalish elf, I'm thinking this is probably the first time she'll have seen a Mabari. So, wary, but yeah, not scared, not as scared as the city elves would be. Or the servants in general, really. So yeah, better able to keep her composure. Ah, the Ash Warriors.
Hey there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Turnlogane that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
I will find you later. Okay.
Maker's breath, another elf. What do you want?
Oh, you have a problem with elves, do you, human?
Not in particular, except for them being so thin-boned. You make good messengers sometimes. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
I've just been wandering around camp. You don't look like other humans in this army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
And what is an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
If you'll share this tale, I'd like to hear it.
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Lathias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Lathias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Lathias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
So the Clane are your ancestors, then?
They were simply the first to be taught. Others were inspired by his death to follow his path.
His death was inspiring. How did he die?
Lathias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigannon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Lathias was grieved. He sent Morrigannon away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Lathias slew Morrigannon in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Lathias an honoured burial in the mountains. We live by his teachings even today.
And Skaya, his wife, what happened to her?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Lathias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. And she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
Well, that's an interesting end to the tale. Thank you for telling it to me.
It was an honour.
So, the real reason I came over here. You've painted your face. I've only seen Dalish do that. And you've painted your dogs too. Why?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Ah. That's surprisingly efficient. What are you preparing for, exactly?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
I've heard. Horrible way to die. So, what makes an Ash Warrior unique? What do you do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
A dog's that good in combat?
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
Of course, these are war dogs. Well, I'll let you get back to it.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Okay, the legend of Lathias, dwarf son. I do like talking to the Ash Warriors. Okay. The Mabari Hound. Gather the strange flower from the wilds. The kennel master at the king's camp has a Mabari, a hound bred for intelligence and combat ability. It's been poisoned by darkspawn blood. I've muzzled the hound, but the kennel master needs a flower that grows in the wilds to treat him properly. The flower is white with a red centre, so we'll need to keep an eye out for that when we go to the wilds. Okay. Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth and said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognised instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight and sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Makes sense. I wouldn't want a huge dog coming after me either. That sounds terrible, actually. And the legend of Lathias, dwarf son. At an early age, Lathias was smaller than most children of the Alamari. At the age of 12, Lathias saved Tutha, the son of the tribal chief, from his own dog. The dog had gone rabid, and when it attacked Tutha, Lathias slew it with his bare hands. Tutha's father, Mabane, was impressed with Lathias' strength and bravery, and so took him in as his own son. Okay. When Lathias grew to manhood, he became known for his charisma and bravery. While shorter than his fellow warriors, Lathias was stronger and doughtier than any warrior in the tribe. When Lathias was still a young man, Mabine sent him to the dwarven city of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance. Mabine's tribe had come into conflict with other Alamari, and he needed as much help as he could get. Lathias was unable to convince the dwarven king to aid his tribe, but fell in love with the king's daughter Skaya. Lathias and Skaya fled the dwarven realm and returned to his tribe. Skaya taught Lathias the art of fighting without pain, the berserker state known as the battle wrath, and with it Lathias became a renowned warrior. Lathias led his tribe to many victories until eventually he replaced his foster father as chief of his tribe. This peace would not last. During a feast between the tribal leaders of the Alamari and the Avar, the beautiful and powerful Avar chieftain Morriganon became enamored with Matthias and seduced him. Okay. Skya learned of the tryst and fled the village to return to Osma. When Matthias rebuffed Morriganon's offer of marriage, she left in great anger, and from that moment on, there was a war between the two tribes. Right, he only rebuffed her offer of marriage, not, sleeping with her. For 15 years, the Alamari and Avar fought. During the Battle of Red Falls, a powerful young warrior from Morriganon's tribe challenged Matthias to a battle. Matthias was injured grievously, but slew the boy. Morriganon revealed that the boy was Matthias' son, conceived 15 years ago during their tryst. She cursed Matthias as the murderer of his own kin, and the Battle of Red Falls turned against Matthias. Wow. Conveniently left that out of the story you told me. Dear Lord. I thought he slew her in single combat. Morriganon defeated Matthias in battle after battle until the Alamari were driven to the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. There, Matthias made a last stand. In the night before Matthias' final battle, Skya came to him and offered him a dwarven suit of chain in exchange for a night together. Matthias agreed and wore the armour the following morning in battle. The battle was fierce and bloody, and Matthias met Morriganon in personal combat. In the end, Matthias slew the warrior woman, but not before receiving a mortal wound to his heart, the chain inexplicably unable to block her final blow. Matthias died, and after the battle was done, a party of dwarven warriors came down from the mountain and took the body of Matthias back to Orzammar. From the legend of Matthias Dwarfson, author unrecorded, circa minus 350 ancient. That's pretty cool though. They took the body of the human, to Orzammar for burial. Doesn't happen often, I don't think. So sure, he might have been a rubbishy human being, or going by this game, a regular human being. But he totally got buried underground with the dwarves. At least his wife got to say goodbye again.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Lead me to my preparations.
We are preparing for battle. This is a solemn time for us.
Oh yeah, they're probably communing with their dogs, having a last pet and belly rub.
It's good to have Grey Wardens amongst us. With their help, perhaps we can push these things back underground for good.
Okay, let's grab that elf fruit and then we'll go up, I think. Yeah, let's talk to these as well.
Well met.
Hail! You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
I'm Dalish. I don't need his permission to enter a forest.
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
The Witches of the Wilds? What are those?
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
Mostly superstition? So you think they actually exist then?
Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some darkspawn. That's enough for anyone to worry about. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Right, okay. Good to know. Okay. Let's talk with all these people then.
I can feel it inside me.
Oh.
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the darkspawn blood.
I'm a warden. It shouldn't bother me.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The darkspawn are coming.
Of course they're coming. This is where we're hoping to meet them in battle. But there are Grey Wardens here now, you know. They're darkspawn killers. We'll be fine.
The Grey Wardens will die. The King will die. We'll all die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
What's wrong with him?
Aside from his wounds, we're not sure. His blood is untainted. He's just terrified.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
Okay. Well, yeah, that would make sense. There's supposedly a horde out there. Honestly.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Let's talk to this woman.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
No. I don't worship your god, human.
A Dalish wanderer, I presume. The Maker will not refuse to bless you, if you are willing to receive him.
And if you're not willing to receive him, he'll send his faithful to drive you from your home and murder your people. I don't want anything to do with your god.
I'll not discuss politics here. Take your hatred and be gone.
Okay. Probably the best thing about being a Dalish. Okay.
King Kaelan should not have called on those vile Orlesians for help.
Really? Why not?
Welcome to the King's camp, my lady.
Alright.
Are you to fight under the other Grey Wardens? I hope to be under the King.
Oh, really, do you?
They're going to kill us all. Kill us and then eat us.
Probably, yeah. Alright. Let's speak with you.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yeah, I've heard you were told of my arrival. What did you hear about me?
Not a great deal. We've been waiting for your arrival, though. Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Armour. I wasn't aware elves could join the Grey Wardens. Those camped in the valley are all human.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that in some places, elves are not always permitted in the military. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
No. I was ripped from my clan and forced to be here. If I'd had any choice in the matter, I wouldn't be.
I fought hard to get here. Impressing Duncan was not easy. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
I've just got here. I don't know any more than you. Why? Don't like the idea of a secret ritual?
I had no idea I'd be tested more than I already had been. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
I think they should have done more testing, to be perfectly honest. Okay, not sure how that guy slipped the net. So funny. Trying to take the high-handed, how dare you route with Jory, and it just slides off him. There's nothing between those ears. Okay, small metal round shield. Sweet. Okay. And I don't think we can go this way.
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
Yeah, okay. So... there's the prisoner. Okay, let's speak with you.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
Not really. I was just curious about the naked human in the cage.
I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you. All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Well, maybe you deserve it. Why are you in there?
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
And I suppose you're completely innocent?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
And you'll get it if you answer my question. Why were you sneaking around the camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
You're naked. What? How could they've not... Where are you hiding that key?
I swallowed it. But it's, come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
Oh. Well, that's dedication. I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Okay, the hungry deserter. That's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Okay, the prisoner at the king's camp has begged me for some food. According to him, the guard may have some to give. So, yeah, I might be not exactly on friendly terms with most humans, but I'm not a monster. And he's been honest with what he was doing. So, yeah, I'm going to try and get him some food. For a price. This is an exchange. This isn't charity.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
So why didn't they? Is he important or something?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Right, well, I've spoken to him.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
Well, you'd be surprised. Apparently, instead of just giving him a quick end, you humans have decided to make him suffer. He's asked for some food and water, which no one's been giving him.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So, he's about to die. Would you deny him a last meal?
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Okay, I've got some food and water. The prisoner in the king's camp has begged me for some food. I acquired some from his guard and must now decide if I'll give it to the prisoner. I will, in exchange for the key.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
I have. In exchange for the key, of course. Here.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
I sure will. I sure will. Okay. Depriving the humans of some supplies is definitely something that I'm wanting to do. Okay. Yeah, there's a chest right there. I can't believe I forgot about that. Let's get this. And there should be one further up as well. Come on. There we go. Okay, an ash longbow. Sweet. Don't think I need the bows anymore. I could probably unequip my other, my bow slot. But, I don't know, I might switch to it. Actually, all of this time I probably should have switched. Pretended to just be a regular... My roleplay is lacking. Okay. We'll do that from now on, though. There we go. An iron dagger. Sweet. Okay. Speak with you. Actual dialogue would be nice.
Hello. It really is good to see more animals here.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but there's so much...
Okay.
I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
Damn, they'll switch her. That's horrid. And expected from the humans, really.
It's good to see more elves in the camp.
Yeah. Okay, there's nothing else over here. Yeah. So it's just Alistair to speak to now. And that chest to get. So, once we've spoken to Alistair and gotten the chest, we'll go back to the quartermaster and sell some more stuff. And then we'll be off to the wilds.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle? I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Wow. Bad attitude.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
Well, that was an interesting display. You're a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Why do you want to know? No, I mean, no, we haven't met. But I'm guessing from your uniform that you're Alistair.
And that makes you Duncan's new recruit, I suppose. Glad to meet you. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Accompanying me? You mean this isn't something that I can do on my own?
I know. I felt the same way when I did this. Unfortunately, they don't give us much choice. You know, it just occurred to me that there have never been many women in the Grey Wardens. I wonder why that is.
So what, are you trying to say you want more women in the Wardens?
Would that be so terrible? Not that I'm some drooling lecher or anything. Please stop looking at me like that. So I'm curious. Have you ever actually encountered darkspawn before?
I have, yes. Very recently, in fact.
I've only fought them once up close. And that was before the battles here started, which Duncan has kept me out of so far. Tell me, did you find them as monstrous as I did?
They are monstrous. You could feel the evil in the air when they approached. But we still killed them.
You'll be at an advantage then. Most new recruits have never even seen darkspawn. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
Right. Well, what exactly did I walk in on? Seemed like there was a story there.
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You? You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes. The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Right. Look, you don't have to accompany me, do you?
Don't worry, I'll try not to embarrass you.
But couldn't you go see to the other recruits or something?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, I've met them. Both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
Fine. Let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Okay, poor Alistair. Poor Alistair. He's probably going to get a bit of backlash from me. He disapproves, -1. Only -1. Alright. Sweet. Actually, let's go to the Codex. Alistair, you know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. Okay, so just a teensy bit right now, but that's going to get a lot longer. The Hungry Deserter. I acquired the key from the prisoner, presumably for one of the chests in the Circle of Magi part of the King's camp. The chest will very likely only be reachable when the Tranquil are not present, such as when they're gone for the evening. Okay, and joining the Grey Wardens. I found Alistair and should return with him to Duncan at his fire near the gate leading to the Kokari Wilds. Alright, sweet. Let's open this chest. Ooh, okay. Large flawed fire crystal. You know what? It's probably going to be a while before I get Shale, so is there any real point to keeping the crystals this early in the game? Probably not. But yeah, looks pretty awesome. Okay. And we got some runes for our weapons. Not for right now though. That'll be for later. Okay. So, literally all that's left to do is speak to Duncan. But first we're gonna sell some stuff.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let's see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one that had the recipes. Yeah, good. Just want to see what I can... Damn it, I still haven't put that ring on. Honestly, it just goes straight out of my head. Grey Warden heavy helmet. Small metal round shield. I can get rid of the shield, at least. I need to see what Alistair's inventory is like as well. I'm sure he wouldn't be having heavy armour anyway, would he? Let's get rid of that longbow. And the dagger, why not? That's still not a lot. It's still not a lot. Hang on. Inventory. Let's put that ring on for extra dexterity. Brilliant. And it's Alistair. He doesn't have a helmet. And it is heavy. Okay, grey iron. Ah, okay, that one's only iron, not grey iron. But should be okay to have that on as well. It is tier 1. Well, that's tier 2. Okay. Maybe not then. But the extra defense and extra armor might be better. Might be good. I'll leave that. He can have that. Why not? We have the key to the Mage's chest. An ornate key in questionable condition. Oddly enough, it's a little warm. Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Okay. Well, let's talk to Duncan then. Okay, Duncan.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Korcari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood. 1 for each recruit.
Darkspawn blood? What do we need that for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
We were just fighting with darkspawn. We could have gotten some blood before now. Knowing you needed it, you could have gotten some blood before now.
Of course. You must work together to collect the components, however. It's as much a part of the joining as what comes after.
Okay, so what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
And is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Well, if you've abandoned them for so long, why are they so important now? What are they?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Huh. Okay. So where will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
And if they're not there any longer?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Alright, find the archive, get 3 vials of blood. That seems simple enough.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Sweet. Okay. New quests. So we have the Grey Warden's cache. Recover the treatise from the Grey Warden cache. As a second task for the joining ritual, Duncan has asked Alistair to find a ruined Grey Warden outpost in the wilds. Supposedly it contains a cache of old and important treaties that need to be recovered. And Tinted Blood. Duncan has asked Alistair to lead me, Sir Jory and Davith into the Kokari wilds to find stray darkspawn and collect 3 vials of their blood. This blood will be used in the secretive joining ritual. Okay. And there was nothing, no codex, no. Alright, well, we are now a full party of 4. What is everybody equipped with? A bow. Let's keep your daggers out, Davith. Yeah. And Jory can keep his 2-hander out, that's fine. I will keep the bow out and then we'll switch to the staff in the fight, I think. Yeah, I should have done it earlier, but never mind. Might have a play with the Universal Die Kit as well next episode, see what we can do with this. Although, maybe not for this outfit, maybe for something else. But, oh, we'll see. We will see. Okay.
Can I help you with something?
You sure can. You can go to the exit. Okay. Okay, let's... I could click on the gate bell. Let's talk to the gate guard.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Okay, this is where I'm going to leave it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button. I upload 5 videos a week, so subscribe and you'll be notified when those go live. Hit the bell to update notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.